A desperate plea for peace. London Conference tackles Sudan's humanitarian catastrophe. 2 years. 2 years since the brutal civil war erupted in Sudan, plunging the nation into a humanitarian abyss of unimaginable scale. 2 years of bloodshed, displacement, and suffering, yet the world has largely stood by, its attention diverted elsewhere. Now, a glimmer of hope, a desperate plea for peace, emerges from the heart of London. On April 15th, Lancaster House will host a critical conference, a summit of foreign ministers from nearly 20 countries and international organizations, united by a shared goal, to finally break the deadlock and bring an end to the carnage. This isn't just another diplomatic gathering. It's a last-ditch effort to address a crisis that has spiraled into a global catastrophe. Half of Sudan's population, a staggering number of people, are teetering on the brink of starvation, their lives hanging precariously in the balance. 11 million have been forced from their homes, their lives shattered, their futures uncertain. The scale of the human suffering is almost incomprehensible, a stark testament to the failure of the international community to prioritize this devastating conflict. The images are horrifying. Families huddled together in makeshift camps, children suffering from malnutrition, entire communities ravaged by violence. This is not simply a regional conflict. It's a humanitarian emergency of global proportions demanding urgent and decisive action. The initiative, spearheaded by UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy, carries significant risks. It requires a level of diplomatic dexterity and courage that is rarely seen on the world stage. He must navigate a complex web of international relationships, confronting some of the UK's Middle Eastern allies, demanding they honor their commitments and cease the supply of arms to the warring factions. This is no easy task. It necessitates confronting powerful interests and challenging long-standing relationships. The consequences of inaction are far too dire to ignore. This conference isn't just about political maneuvering, it's about saving lives. It's about providing the desperately needed humanitarian aid to alleviate the suffering of millions. It's about holding those responsible for the atrocities accountable and demanding an immediate end to the violence. It's about rebuilding a nation shattered by war and restoring hope to a people who have endured unspeakable hardship. The decision to exclude the warring parties themselves, the Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, and the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, from the London Conference is a calculated one. The organizers, including Germany and France, believe that direct engagement with these parties at this stage would be unproductive, potentially undermining the delicate diplomatic efforts underway. The RSF, in particular, bears a significant burden of responsibility for the violence targeting non-Arabic communities in Darfur, adding another layer of complexity to an already multifaceted conflict. This strategic exclusion is intended to create space for international pressure, allowing for frank and honest discussions among nations committed to peace without the immediate influence of the conflicting parties. However, the absence of the warring factions highlights the enormous challenge ahead. Securing a ceasefire requires not just diplomatic pressure, but also a fundamental shift in the dynamics of the conflict itself. The conference will need to find creative ways to engage with the conflicting parties indirectly, perhaps through trusted intermediaries, ensuring that their concerns are addressed and that any agreement reached is sustainable. The road to peace is long and arduous. There is no guarantee of success. Yet, this conference represents a crucial turning point, a moment where the world community can collectively choose to act, to prioritize the suffering of the Sudanese people, and to finally exert the diplomatic pressure necessary to bring about a lasting ceasefire and pave the way for a brighter future for Sudan. This is not just about politics, it's about humanity. It's about choosing to stand with the people of Sudan, offering them the hope and support they so desperately need. The stakes are impossibly high, the time for decisive action is now. The world is watching. The people of Sudan are waiting.